Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Heaven's Secrets, Season 2, Episode 9, the finale. I've been very occupied with Heaven's Secret 2 and then with Eldaria and Sweet Amoris. So I literally put this story on second place, and now I decided to continue this because I have many routes I have to play with, and there is still another season, so I'm gonna continue now. Finally, the first season, and let's see what's going on. There's no way back, only war is ahead. Let's go. He is so fine. So fine. Okay. Chapter 9. Dance of Death, of course. Let me stop. The school got swallowed by chaos and fear. Screams, panic, and explosions from far away. Of course, they already are throwing bombs just to announce that they're coming. Now that's another type of being dramatic. Silence. You shut the fuck up. You're the cause for this. Although Crowley looked calm and restrained, unlike the others, his eyes expressed no less concern. Mom stood behind him with her back straight and hands lowered to the sides. Like, honestly, both of them should die. Honestly, both of them should die. Like, they are both responsible for all of this. They're responsible for everything that's happening. It seemed that she was the only one who didn't worry about the things to come. Of course, she's a bitch. There's no reason for her to worry. I called for reinforcements. No, you actually should just decapitate yourself to maintain your honor, even though you don't have honor, but let me stop. I really am not having Sheriff Crowley. I never have, never will. This man is a phenomenon. All you have to do is sit in your rooms. We don't have enough fighters. Those interested can join us in defending the school. Disciples cannot participate in war. Inborn angels and demons are trained well enough. They have the right to fight for justice. We won't fight for you. Asti, yes. Yes. That I agree with. I won't fight for you. The demons supported Asti. Mom's lips slowly curled into a grin. And I'm not asking you to. Oh! She turned to Seraph. We don't have time anymore. They went down the stairs, but not before Mom said, Use your brains, immortals. Why? You have a brain? Why should they use theirs if you don't use yours? Mimi and I looked at each other. Yeah. Is this for real? Honestly? I'm sorry. Can I just hold up? I'm gonna... Honestly, I love these hair so much, but I'm gonna use this one. Give me another type of hair. I stood at the window and stared into the distance, waiting for Satan's army to appear somewhere on the horizon. I could feel terror and rage building up inside. Immortals are no better than humans. Blood and death are the only solutions they can think of to solve their problems. I mean, after what they did, they decapitated someone and let the other one roam freely. Like, this is just justice. Like, you decapitate someone for doing something, and the other one gets to live freely. That's not justice. You fight the same with the same. You killed, or you killed someone we loved. Now we kill the one you loved. That's how things work. Mimi made some tea to calm down. Oh, my poor Mimi. Rebecca's completely deranged if she thinks demons will fight on her side. You should fight for Satan, the Academy, my Bond is idea. Honestly, I would have to say Mobante's ideas, but this sadly is not his route yet, so I'm gonna you should fight for you know what? I'm not gonna fight for the academy. Forget it. You fight for Satan. I'm not ready for war. I don't want to die. End of discussion. Mimi's voice trembled, and she was all pins and needles. Her every movement betrayed nervousness. Of course. She brought me a mug of tea, but her hand trembled and she stumbled, spilling some hot tea over me. Ow! Oh, I'm sorry. Forgive me, please. Oh, Mimi. I feel so bad for her. Like, she is so innocent, actually. She is so innocent, actually. She tried to wipe off the stain, but she did it so forcefully that I could hardly stay on my feet. Mimi. Give me a sec. Here, I'll fix it. Oh, oh, no. She's hyperventilating. Oh, my God, no. She's freaking out. Mimi. I gently grabbed her hand. She looked at me. Everything will be fine. You don't know that. What if Dad gets killed? Back on Earth, people die every minute. But I'm not used to it. I'm not ready. Oh, girl, your father's not gonna die. He's powerful. He's gonna survive. Her voice became hoarse, and her lips dry and chapped, stretched with tension. She was trying to hold back tears. He'll be fine. And now I've ruined your clothes. Oh, don't worry, I'm gonna change. That's fine. That seemed to be the last straw. No, girl. She shrugged her shoulders, straightened up, and looked at me without a hint of tears. I need to pull myself together, crying in front of an unclaimed. I won't fall that low. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. She stopped the closet. She opened the closet and threw me several outfits to choose from. Here, take off that awful outfit. Due to your high glory, additional outfits are now available to you. Really? Oh my God. Okay. I'm sorry, that was great. Oh my God. Ooh. Oh, I love this. Hold up. This or this? You know what? I'm gonna go with this. I love the sparkling thing. I mean, I could have paid for the others, but I didn't really like them. I like this one. My hands were trembling as I took off my previous outfit and put on a new one. It seemed such a ridiculous, absurd thing to do when an entire army is approaching. Girl, that's fine. At least you die fashionable. Let me stop. I'm so sorry. But it distracted me a little. Yeah, the war is upon us. As soon as I changed my clothes, something crashed into the school. The walls shook and stones came tumbling down. Are they here already? We ran to the window. In the distance, we saw a long, perfectly straight line of demons flying towards us. People, I would literally shit my pants. I would literally run out. I would no, I'm out of here. And their strongest ally and most powerful weapon was fire. Mimi and I joined hands and silently watched the silhouettes getting closer. Soon they were so close that I could see every demon's face. Oh my God. Dozens of rows of demons and all sorts of repulsive creatures surrounded the school. Damn! Satan stood in front of them, unwavering like his army. His lips trembled with rage and his eyes burned with flame. Final warning. Satan stood in front of his army. Crowley came out too. Angels lined up and rang behind him. I'm sorry, why the fuck are they fighting for him when this is all his fault? Never. Then you've made your own bed. That. Satan dug his nails into his ribs and turned them inside out. Aye! He took off his human appearance like a fancy dress and turned into a real monster. Woo! There shall be war! The demons roared and rushed forward towards the angels. Both sides collided in an instant. Oh my God. It was hard to tell who's who. Yes, Mammon! Let's go! Oh, I love his demon form. Yes. Dad! Oh, Mimi! Blood for blood! Yes, Mammon. People, I'm so horrible. But this is just justice. You decapitated Vincenzo, and our mom gets to live even though she did the exact same thing. Like, this is not fair. Mimi almost jumped out of the window, but I held her back. She pushed me away. Yeah, that's her dad. I'll fight alongside my father. It's dangerous. You could be killed. At least she died fighting for her father. Your mother gave the go-ahead. That. She hysterically, angrily laughed and spread her wings, was about to take off. Fireballs, one by one, hit the school. Simona. Mimi. Her eyes were all I saw amid the bedlam. One of the walls collapsed from the explosion. The floor tilted, and we tumbled down together with the furniture. But the only thing I could see was Mimi's eyes, scared like a child's, and her hand reaching out to me. Mimi! I tried to do somersaults in midair as the world kept spinning around me. I tried to spread my wings and fly, but it was all useless when that many things were falling around me. I felt excruciating pain, as if every bone in my body got broken. Damn. I got up somehow. I couldn't understand what exactly got broken, but the pain was so sharp I couldn't take a single step. Look at all of this, people. Yeah, I have no idea what she's saying, but fine. A demon appeared from behind, breaking away from the fighting crowd. He pushed me against the wall and grabbed me by the throat. His red eyes pierced through me. I felt everything inside me starting to burn, especially my eye sockets. His glance burned harder than an open flame. Let me go. Did you let Vincenzo go? That. His fingers squeezed harder around my throat, and the fire in his eyes blazed up even more. Fire! The dragon's roar thundered across the sky, and the air seemed to tremble. Everyone raised their heads up for a moment, but immediately returned to their fight. The demon paid no attention to it. He continued to glare at me. Oh, fire! Sorry. Fire landed next to us. Oh, fire! Huh? The demon barely managed to turn around. No. Yes. Sorry. Fire rushed forward, opening his mouth. Bye. Let me stop. Fire sank his teeth into the demon's throat as if it was a rubber toy. Let's go. Blood gushed, making everything around us red, including me. He ripped his head off. Deserved. Let me stop. Like, we had no part in that. How should I react? I thank him. I'll thank him. He helped us. I tried to calm down. He saved my life. Thank you. Fire jumped up and stamped his feet. He's like, okay, and let me just belittle him a little. Let me stop. I'm so sorry. Then he shook the blood off and snorted contentedly. Your relationship with Fire improved because I thanked him for saving my life? All right, then. I looked around. Panic suddenly swept over me. Where's Mimi? I need to find her. Fire silently laid down on the ground so I could sit on him. Oh. I threw my one over his back and clung to his scales with my hands. Huh? Well, no matter. We sat down on him. Let's just say it like that. One flap of his wings and we were up in the sky. Mimi fell with me. She could have tumbled down anywhere. Where are you, Mimi? Fire took a sharp right. I almost fell. What's the matter? He started to wiggle oddly from one side to the other and gradually slowed down. He got hit somewhere. Oh! What's up, boy? We landed hard on the ground. He was hit. That's the only reason. Fire fell to the side. Oh, you've been hit. Yeah, someone had thrown a spear at him. This is going to hurt my friend. I gripped the hilt of the spear and with one short jerk tore it out of the dragon's body. His open mouth flashed in front of my face. Fire rushed at me and covered me with his body. No! People, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Another demon was aiming his spear at me, but hit the dragon instead. No! Oh, he covered us with his body. Pain enraged Fire. He threw the demon aside with one blow of his mighty paw, and the demon crashed into a tree and instantly died. He better die because of what he's doing to my baby dragon. Fire. Without letting me so much as touch him, Fire flew up into the sky. Sir, you're gonna die. Blood dripped from his open wounds and scattered through the air, leaving a red trail behind. Oh God, I hope he didn't fly away to die. I could hear everyone shouting, Lucifer is free, Lucifer is free. The half-destroyed tower could be seen in the distance. Lucifer slowly walked towards the battlefield in a fit of fury, pushing away the angels who stood in his path. Explosions rumbled around us, and blades clanged. I fucking hate this. Lucifer got surrounded by several archangels, and they weren't going to let him get away that easily. Let the poor man go! Oh my God! Nothing but trouble. We'll put an end to it today, Lucifer. And Daddy won't help you. You could try. Let's go, Lucifer. Lucifer was exhausted after being in prison, and one of the archangels managed to hit him on the head. Excuse me? The archangel stunned him, grabbed his hands, and grabbed him into the heart of the battle where soldiers were trying to take each other's lives. There were screams everywhere, merging into an awful cacophony. The sky seemed stained with the blood of fallen soldiers. Even immortals are immortal. What an irony. They get scared like people, and they die with the same despair on their faces. I froze, stunned by the sounds of death, and then I saw Lucifer's eyes. A golden rope wrapped around his neck was choking him, of course. I felt like a small child thrown into a world of cruelty which I can't possibly cope with. Oh, Sifa, this is a real war. Did you expect it would be a fake one? Lucifer! Go one of the archangels, try to save Lucifer. Honestly, after everything they are doing, I want to kill one of the archangels. I'm gonna fucking murder them for hurting my child. I ran after them. Murder them! Murder them! I didn't have a plan. I didn't have any specific actions in mind. But I had to try at least something to distract myself from the brutal screams. A demon fell dead right in front of me. Without hesitation, I grabbed his bloody sword and rushed at one of the archangels. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! The sharp blade passed between his ribs and pierced his heart. I felt like something burst inside the immortal. He fell to his knees, then to one side, and finally stopped moving. Oh my God, I killed him! Yes! While I looked in horror at my trembling hands, Lucifer threw the second angel away from him. Like, look at his neck. Like, literally, I fucking hate them. Lucifer pushed me away. Go away. No, I fell to the ground. You know, I would have been happy with just a thank you if fire broke out near me and I had to crawl back to avoid being hit. From below, everything seemed even more terrifying and gruesome. Blood gushed everywhere like in one of Tarantino's movies. Everything seemed unnaturally crimson, including the sky. The sky is crimson. How can a sky be red? Someone's boot stopped a couple of inches away from my face. I slowly raised my head. Lucifer? Oh, our paths meet again, unclaimed. Huh? Grabbing my wrist, he lifted me towards him in one jerk. He pulled me closer and growled through his teeth. Which side are you on? Path of the demon! Let's go! Path of the demon! I pulled my hand away and nervously straightened my clothes. Not on their side, that's for sure. Your mother's a seraph, and you're not on the angel's side. He took out his sword. That's hard to believe. The weapon flashed, reflecting the light of the moon. The sword cut through the air. Stand still, get confused. Dodge! Dodge it! Why the fuck would I want to stay still? Why? Somersault. I flew up. Let's go. The demon wanted to pursue me, but one of the angels attacked him and he had to leave me alone. Let's go. Leave, bitch. The sky was bringing with fighting pairs of angels and demons. I tried to spot my friends, aim at the aggressive and desperate fighters, but there were too many immortals flying around. But then I saw DINO and I felt a strong wave of excitement and fear take over me. You do not hurt my baby. That's my boyfriend here. That's my boyfriend. DINO carried Mimi in his arms. No! She was unconscious and her arms was dangling like rag dolls. Mimi! I flew up to them. DINO gently laid Mimi on the ground. What's wrong with her? Is she alive? An accident can't kill an immortal, but she has a lot of broken bones. How the fuck? I'm mad. He reached out and put his hand on my cheek. Oh, honey. He examined my face intently. How are you? Still in one piece. He squeezed a lock of my hair in his hand and closed his eyes. I was afraid I'd find you in Mimi's state or worse. Nah, I'm fine. I thought he would start persuading me to hide in a safe place, but he didn't. I'll take Mimi to the infirmary. Be careful. You can handle this. Oh, DINO. I hugged him, kissed him on the cheek. Go on, then. I watched them go, clueless as to what to do next. Who should I fight for? And if I choose a side, am I capable of killing them one by one? What if I die myself? I turned around and peeped from behind the pile of stones that hid me from prying eyes. It's a dance of death, and only the survivors will hear the applause. The longer you live, the more you value your life. Or perhaps it's the other way around. The less you live, the more you value your life. I watched the demons and angels throw themselves to their doom. Sorry. As if this was nothing but a game to them. But the blood was real, and the screams of the dying were terrifying, piercing me to my very core with horror. I was scared, and I wasn't ashamed of it. It's always scary to die, no matter how brave you are. Satan! Demons and angels parted and even stopped fighting. The seraph held a sword at Lucifer's throat. How the fuck did he manage to get to him? Mom was standing behind him. You know, our mom is literally... She is using other people's credit to get high. Like, honestly, she is... Wow. Before that, I haven't seen Satan on the battlefield. But once he heard the seraph's voice, Satan landed close to the arriving party. That the rat smelled that the ship was sinking and decided to get out. That's funny. Stop it, I have your son. If you don't surrender and don't withdraw your army, I will kill him. Sifa gave me permission. He gave you permission, I advise you to soberly assess the situation, Satan. Honestly, they both should die. Seraph Crowley and our mom. Murder both of their asses, Satan, come on. Lucifer wanted to break free, but it seemed he was beaten apart before that. What the fuck? One of the angels hit Lucifer's legs and he fell to his knees. Lucifer. Did you hear me, Satan? Surrender or your son dies. Satan straightened up, began to slowly stretch his back, and suddenly laughed softly. Yeah, he doesn't care. I will kill him. As confirmation of his words, Crowley pressed the blade harder against Lucifer's throat. A thick of blood ran down his neck. Lucifer was silent, but kept pushing the sword away, trying to move the blade away from his neck. He looked at his father, awaiting his reaction. He was obviously scared, but he held back his fear like a well-trained dog. Like, honestly, I'm done. Satan spread his wings slowly as if intimidating those around him. Crowley jerked, and the army of angels were alert. One more step, and I will kill him. So kill him. Huh? What? You heard me. You can kill my son. There are things more important than him. Honestly, the worst father award goes to... Ugh. Lucifer jumped up, letting the blade cut his throat. Blood gushed out of his mouth, followed over his clothes, but Lucifer only covered the bleeding cut with his hand and rushed to Satan. Satan just pushed him away with his wing and advanced on the seraph. Attack! I am done. Nature then went mad. A strong wind rose out of nowhere and lightning bolts spread the sky. The ground trembled as if angry that the harmony had been disturbed again. Like creeping snakes, cracks appeared everywhere. They then started to widen. Angels and demons, engaged in a fierce battle, barely paid attention to what was happening around them. What to do? Take cover, help Lucifer, take the side of the angels, take the side of the demons. This is not a romantic choice, so I'm gonna help Lucifer. Honestly, because I always go with my gut feeling, okay? And honestly, that situation was fucked up, honestly now. Like, Lucifer loves his father. Everything he's doing was for him, to please his father. And he always took the beating because he was hoping that sooner or later he would get the recognition he deserves. And the father said, yeah, come on, kill my son. Like, I don't give a damn. There are more important things than him. Like, actually, that he doesn't give a damn about him at all. And that's like the most horrible thing to hear from someone you love. Like, that person doesn't care about you. I want to be with Lucifer right now. The battle continued both on the ground and in the sky. To get to Lucifer, I had to take off, then again descend into the thick of it, miraculously avoiding the edge of many sharp blades. Lucifer was lying on the ground in a pool of his own blood, not even trying to get up. Lucifer. My child. He looked at me indifferently, sat down on the ground and wiped his face and neck. The wound was already healing itself. Lucifer looked around the battlefield and laughed so bitterly that I could feel his pain. Yes, he is in pain. Isn't this ironic? Thanks for the help. But I'll take it from... No, honey! He tried to get up but staggered. Honey, no. The ground trembled again, this time more strongly. The cliffs began to move and started crashing into one another. The wind became so strong that it knocked me off my feet. The cries of the conquered and victors were swallowed by the distraught elements. For a moment, everything lit up with a bright light. I turned around and froze. One of the floating cliffs flew so close to us that I could touch it. There was a lone tree atop this piece of flying rock. A lightning bolt flashed in the sky and silently hit the tree. Let's go, or vision. Show the vision. The visions are coming true. I watched bewitched by the flaring fire, devouring leaves and branches, and I couldn't move an inch. Suddenly my legs, as if moved by someone else, led me towards the fire. My wings opened as if pulled by invisible strings. Lucifer was attracted to it, the same as I was. He obediently followed the call. We took off. Simona, no! Yes, As soon as we flew up to the cliff, we were pressed against a tree. The fire subsided, but only a little, still promising to leave nothing but ash behind it. What's going on? I tried to break free from the tree, but my whole body seemed to be glued to the trunk. My hands were spread apart, touching Lucifer's open palm on one side, and someone else's palm on the other side. Or baby Bond. Bond? Bond, is that you? Oh, my child. My child. Oh, my poor child, Bond. Yeah, I already played it like I already know, but still. He was unconscious. Oh, no! I didn't remember that. This is fate. Yeah. You're right. And the fucking traitor of Angel Fancio, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen. Huh? Not huh. Like at this point, it was only predictable. Fancio came out from somewhere. He was holding the goblet of blood. You! Fancio stopped in front of me. He smiled slowly. Son of a bitch. That, Lucifer, that. Lucifer tried to break free and scream. I felt his strength trying to manifest itself, but something more powerful than him suppressed it. Fancio came very close to him and whispered through his teeth. Satan gave you up to be torn apart by demons. I don't think you are surprised. Shut up. Calm down. Or do you still want to grovel before your father, who doesn't care about you before the seraph, who was an unclaimed no longer than yesterday before the rest of Cephas' stupid sycophants? Oh my fucking god! He stepped away from us, clutching the goblet. Why do you need all of this? The struggle on the ground was fierce. Mom and Crowley, along with others, were cutting their opponents into pieces. Satan kept dropping dead bodies in his path. Honestly, like, what a king. Sorry. Yeah. I was ignoring that. Oh, what he did to Lucifer. Yeah. But I'm sorry, but the visual said he was like, he's dropping bodies everywhere. Like, if he's snapping away the bodies. Let me stop. And Fancy was so calm, as if everything was going according to plan. What happened once will happen twice. The fire flared up with renewed vigor and soared up, as if touching the moon itself. Fancy looked into the empty goblet and suddenly spoke slowly, as if at a meeting with friends. The children of an angel and demons did die, but that was a period of instability. And only one child survived. Ma bonté. Okay. Continue. He was powerful and dangerous, especially his ideas of domination. Seraph realized that the only way to keep the harmony was to kill him. But sensing the good in the child, he couldn't destroy it. So then he divided the boy's essence, as the whole world was divided into two hypostates, good and evil. The evil one was sentenced to captivity, since it couldn't be destroyed without the good side. The good side took on an angel's disguise. He couldn't set foot on earth or in hell. Sifa locked him in the school tower in heaven, forbidding him to go out. He could only come into contact with a selected few angels. The school's laws didn't apply to him, so time seemed to have stopped for him. The tower blocked Bond's powers and the connection that could arise with his dark side. But the boy grew, as did his dark side, in captivity. I'm sorry, I can't. Like, I already know everything that's gonna happen, and this is... oh my god. It was tortured for an eternity, and only one thing saved Malbonte. Fancy smiled maliciously, victoriously. His thirst for revenge. Why are you helping him? Do you want to know why? Honestly, do we want to know? Do we actually want to know? Only the reason why. Everything. Only at this point in time, if Bond would have said, do you want to know my reasons? I would have said yes, but I didn't give a fuck about Fancio after everything he pulled. Only the reason. Just tell me the reason. Malbonte communicated with me through a blazing fire, through visions and whispers. He promised me the type of power I could only dream of. He promised revenge. Sir, you do realize this is the people. I am gonna train you, okay? This is the reason nowadays why people keep on getting screwed over. Like, that's the intelligent way of someone, okay? I promise you heaven, and as soon as I get what I want, I'm gonna leave you high and dry, okay? That's how things work nowadays. I promise you what you want, and since you're so power craved or just interested in your own goals, you're gonna accept because you think that I'm gonna keep my part of the deal. But as soon as I get what I want from that deal, I'm gonna turn my back on you. That's how things work nowadays. I agreed. Of course you did. My first assignment was to kill you. You were supposed to go to heaven, but then you qualified to go to the academy. You were too noticeable, a real pain in the ass. I tried to kick you out of school, but my Bondi told me not to touch you. I know I'm great. Huh? Amy D. Laurent, that was you! I took the name of the last person I worked with on this assignment. He died long ago. Why did my Bounty need my death? That is the most exciting part. Of course, Angel Fancio. To free my Bounty, I need to perform a ritual that involves the daughter of a serf who was born on Earth, and the son of a demon that never set foot on Earth. And the son of a demon that never set foot on Earth. Lucifer. Satan never came to Earth, I would say. The only serf born on Earth is Mom. And my father never set foot on Earth, unlike the rest of the demons. Together you're the master key to his liberation. But not only you. Bond, the one beside us. Before the ritual, one unclaimed, one inborn angel, and one inborn demon had to be sacrificed. Of course, like, we're gonna go with season 3 of Teen Wolf, human sacrifices. Healers. Healers, teachers. Let me stop. I wasn't the only one who worked with my bounty. He found many followers. One of them gave me a shard of the Mirror of Non-Existence, the only piece they could find. I decided that if it was the murder weapon and everyone knew it, a number of immortals would start to believe the possibility of my bounty's existence. Tears welled up in my eyes, and I felt a lump in my throat. Of course, Sammy's death in Winchester's is your doing. Angels killed Winchester. I only gave them a gentle push, with my bounty's help, of course. Of course. Seraph Crowley. Fancy ran up to us, slightly out of breath. Right. What's the matter? A word. Of course. We almost reached the edge of the flying cliff on which the academy was built and began to return. Angel Fancy and Crowley walked ahead so we could hear bits and pieces of their conversation. Is it that important now? It matters to me. Hey, where is she going? Angel Fancio pointed towards the gazebo. Of course. But you killed Laura and Sammy. That was an order. Imagine my surprise when I found out that you have been talking to Bond. You made it easier for me, Simona, and you've released someone who even I had trouble freeing. Fancy you're fighting for the right cause, but in the wrong ways. A monster, and you grovel before an even bigger monster. Honestly, at this point, fighting for the right cause, but in the wrong ways. Could my bounty be freed without the killings? To gain something, you have to give something. This is the law of harmony. Oh, please don't remind me of Merlin Season 1, Episode 12. Like, the old religion doesn't care who lives and who dies. Only that the harmony of the world is restored. Oh my god, I fucking hate it. I hate it, but it looks like my bounty was right. Rumors of your connection to my bounty are growing significantly. I'm sorry. What are you talking about? Yeah, that we believe in what he wants to do. Why are you telling us this? My bounty told me to tell you everything. This man is literally saying, you tell them everything. You're an ordinary half-breed mongrel. Oh! Lucifer, I used to think better of you when you were a school teacher. That's funny. Do you think your words hurt me, Lucifer? Do you know which player is more likely to win in the games of chess? One who is ready to sacrifice a knight to a check and checkmate the king at the end. I'm ready. What are you prepared to sacrifice? Ooh! Fancio went to Lucifer and slit his wrists with 2 sharp movements. Bastard, I'll kill you. I can hear the despair in your voice. He raised the goblet so that the blood would drip into it. Then he came up to me and did the same. The cliff was trembling, and the wind blew away everything in his path. Pain and fear took over my body. The goblet, the tree, everything is an omen of the ritual. Our blood filled the cup almost to the brim. He came up to Bond. Don't touch him! Well, Bond, he wants it. Sorry. They're hurting my child and I can't. Fancio poured all the blood on the angel's head. Oh, my blood, my baby. As soon as the blood touched him, it started to hiss and was absorbed into his skin. My baby. Oh, no. Oh, my poor child. My poor child. Honestly, I would have found it more interesting if he was somehow able to, get the demon form of Malbonti, like the evil side, together, so that the demon side literally would be sucked into Bond's body. But that's fine. His eyes turned red as if all the blood went into them. Bond! And the final touch. Angel Fancio took a mirror out of his pocket. That's mine! Bond gave it to me! When I saw this mirror and realized that Bond unknowingly gave you the rest of the mirror of non-existence, I barely managed to stifle a laugh. Fancio approached me. Without you and Bond, who knows, it might never have happened. He's hurting my child and I can't. Resentment, anger, bitterness for my own mistakes, and the inability to change anything tormented me. I wanted to break free, but I couldn't. I screamed heart-rendingly and struggled. What will DINO say when he finds out what you've done? Fancio flinched, and the smile disappeared from his face. And the final touch remains. Of course, he's ignoring our question, right? He pointed the mirror at Bond, spoke in a language that I've never heard, and suddenly something black leaked out of the mirror. And it entered my Bond. Oh, right, people, I forgot. For those who don't know, the Mirror of Non-Existence, I don't know why it's called the Mirror of Non-Existence, but the people who die, they don't get into hell. Yeah. When you are on Earth, you die, you come either into heaven or into hell. When you die there, like when you die in heaven or in hell, you go into non-existence. And Sifa separated Malbonti into Mal and Bond, as in good and evil. And the good part was placed into the tower in heaven, and the evil side of Malbonti was placed into non-existence, as in not in heaven, as in not in hell, so that no one could see him, and there would have been no way for Malbonti to get close again. So the mirror of non-existence, that thing that is coming out of the mirror and is entering Bond right now, is the evil side from Malbonti, as in the evil side that is missing from Bond, And it entered Bond. My child, he started convulsing. No! His body rose into the air and human sounds began to come out of his throat. Yeah, it's like he's being possessed right now. Sorry. I watched with horror at his torment, but then pain contorted my body. Simona? Everything became blurry before my eyes, like Lucifer cares so much, but you... And I felt Siva's presence? Not enough? Or defeat? Sorry. Malbanti will be reborn. Satan and his army are about to take over the school. This is the end. Simona, look at me. He cares so much. I love Lucifer. He cares so much, even though you're not his root. I love this man. I turned to him, trying to block Bond's screams. Don't be afraid. Oh, sorry, people. Like, I'm in love with Lucifer at this point. I've been waiting for this for so long. Fancy laughed triumphantly. Kick his balls. Please, someone murder him. Another lightning bolt flashed in the sky and hit our tree again. The cliff shattered. I saw the ground crumbling under my feet. There were thick, winding tree roots protruding from beneath. Everything started to spin before my eyes. Dull pain pierced through my body. My ears were ringing. I raised myself on one hand and looked around. The faces of the immortals were filled with hatred and weariness. They swung their swords and their wings trembled with tension. Bloody feathers were floating everywhere, and I suddenly felt so scared that it would never end. I got to my feet, barely keeping my balance. Mom! Even though your wings are golden, you are still an unclaimed inside. Ah! Satan was holding my mother by the throat. Murder her. Murder her! Her legs didn't touch the ground, and her whole body twitched. Her hands grabbed and scratched Satan's fingers, trying to free herself. Crowley was nowhere near. The fear for my mother, the rage and the fatigue, all mixed into one volatile cocktail of emotions that gave me strength. I felt empty before, but right now my cup was filled to the brim. I have never felt so omnipotent before, and I took advantage of that power. Sorry. Sorry. I screamed with all my might. My scream generated a powerful shockwave. Demons and angels fell, and Satan got distracted, staggered, and let my mom go. Mom fell to the ground. I grabbed the sword from the ground on the go and ran up to Satan. I envisioned the earth becoming loose and soft like quicksand, and it happened. Satan began to sink. His body weight worked against him. What's going on? A shrill roar came from his throat. Swoosh. Yes. Yeah, I'm not gonna... you all probably already saw it. And you already probably know what's already gonna happen. So I'm not gonna spoiler anything, but still, let's go with our power rush. Satan's head rolled at my feet. You killed Satan. Yes. Deserved. But I mean, we could have waited until he killed our mom. For a while, everyone was silent. I threw the sword aside and turned around. They looked at me with horror, surprise, and awe. No one could have predicted my newly revealed power, nor my cruelty. My legs and hands were trembling. Blood dripped from my fingers onto the ground. Where did this power come from? From the ritual. It was as if they were expecting something from me, and I shouted at both armies, Satan is dead! War is useless! Angels and demons then stopped fighting. Their faces looked confused. Mom shouted, It's over! The silence was so bold, so inappropriate and harsh that it began to ring in my ears. It was as if my brain, accustomed to the battle noises, had forgotten what silence felt like. Everyone was wondering if this was really the end. A flap of wings answered the unspoken question. It was so loud against the background of total silence. Everyone raised their heads to the sky. Bond has landed in front of us. Not Bond, but my Bounty. Oof. Sorry. I could see it in his eyes. It wasn't the Bond I knew. The ground cracked under his feet and dust arose. He smiled predatorily, looked at us from under his eyebrows and said, "This is just the beginning." At first, all the demons froze in shock, but the next second, one by one, they began to kneel in front of him. Oh, sorry. Let's go. Let's go. Oh no. Oh yes. I am in love. I'm in love with this. Okay. Oh my god, I literally have 10 points more with demons than with angels. Like, honestly, at this point in time, they all deserve this. But yeah, that was the season finale from season 2. I'm gonna start season 3. And it will be uploaded in the next few days. Hope you enjoyed. Tell me in the comments below what you thought was best, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.